Okay, so let me start the session for today, right? So last time we discussed about functions, and last two sessions basically we started discussing about functions, and today I'm going to go through and I'm going to continue the functions, some advanced sections of functions, and so here I'm trying to cover some advanced topics under functions and some important things when it comes to functions, pointers, and arrays, right? So here today we are going to first talk about a concept called pointers. Now, what do you mean by pointers is basically, I hope that you can remember we discussed about this thing, not in detail, but we discussed about pointers earlier. So the plan here today is to discuss about pointers and show you what are the pointers, what it mean by a pointer, and what we can do using a pointer, and see how we can use them in functions and uh, do some uh, applications using pointers together with functions, right? So let me, before going on to anything, let me go to a code and explain you what it mean by a pointer, right? So what you have to basically do, in what you can do basically in pointers. So pointer always refers to a kind of a uh, uh, variable. So this is a variable, and what's the specialty about this variable? That these are not designed to hold or assign values, right? This is a type of a variable. Pointer is a basically type of a variable, but they are not designed to hold variables, right, or hold values. So let me quickly show you what I mean. And so this is week number 6 or 6, right? 6 or 7, is it? I can't remember exactly. Anyway, right. So let me get a code and explain you what is a pointer, right? So okay, and yes, so right. So here now I'm going to get a basic C++ code and create a pointer and show you what we can do using pointers, right? So you know that if we can create, we can create variables like this, right? So basically what happens when you are going to create something like this, and you know that this is an integer type variable and it holds currently the value 4. අපි මෙහෙම කරාම මොකද වෙන්නේ? integer type variable එකක් හැදෙනවා x කියලා. ඒ integer type variable එකට අපි assign කරනවා value 4 එක. Right? So that's what we are doing here. And so this is a variable, right? So you know that this is called a variable, and basically so you have a memory location in your RAM, right? You have a memory location in your RAM. So in this memory location, what happens basically, you know that there will be 4 bytes, right? 4 bytes, since this is a integer type variable, so we can save the value like this. So this is what happens, right? ඔයාලට මතකයිනේ කොහොමද වෙන්නේ කියලා, right? මේ වගේ මේක save වෙනවා value එක 4 කියලා, right? So this is the variable x, right? So this is what happens. Now මේක තමයි variable. දැන් මේක ඔයාලා හොඳටම දන්නවා මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ කියලා. මේක අපි ඕන තරම් කලින් කරලා තියෙනවා, right? ඔයාලා දන්නවා මොකද්ද මෙතන වෙන්නේ කියලා. Right? So simple like this. It's simple like this, right? So my point here now, here I'm going to create a variable like this. Now, what's the difference between the x and p? So there, the name is different. The earlier one is x and this is p. But can you see that there's another difference, another important difference, and you can inspect it here, that this is declared with a star, right? So when you are going to declare it with a star, a variable, if you are going to declare a variable with a star, and that's called a pointer, not a variable, right? Make a variable. This is a variable, right? So this is a variable, and so if you are going to declare a variable, I mean similar variable, but the thing is now you are going to declare it with a star. So in that case, it is identified as a pointer, right? So that's identified as a pointer, right? Nice. මොකක්ද මේ පොයින්ට් කියන එක ඔයා තේරුම තාම දන්නේ නැහැ. හැබැයි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. පොයින්ට් කියන එක තේරුම දන්නේ නැතුණාට ඔයා පොයින්ට් එක හදන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා දැන් දන්නවා. ස්ටාර් කියලා දාලා variable එකක් හැදුවොත් එහෙම අපි කියනවා ඒකට point එකක් කියලා. Not a variable. So the earlier one is a variable. That's fine, right? That's fine. Now, you know that when you are going to create this kind of a variable, right? So in the early case, right? So if you are going to create a variable, so that's straightforward, right? So that's straightforward. Straightforward in the sense, now what happens basically here, when you are going to create this kind of a variable, this kind of a thing will be created, right? And you are going to assign 4 here, right? So that's what happens basically, right? That's what happens. And then the other thing is that when you're going to create a pointer, right? So pointer is also a variable, but it's a specific type variable called, yes, a pointer. Right? Pointer කියන්නේ ඇත්තටම variable එකක් තමයි. හැබැයි අපි ඒක specifically අපි කියන්නේ variable නෙමෙයි. ඒකට point එකක් කියලා ඒ උනාට ඒක variable එකක් තමයි, variable type එකක් තමයි, right? මේක මොකද වෙන්නේ දැන් අපි මෙහෙම හැදුවානේ. දැන් ඔයාලට මතක ඇති අපම කිව්වා මේක පටන් ගද්දිම, right? අපි ගාව අර තියෙන ලොකු RAM එකක් තියන්නේ වාගේ computer එකේ, right? So your computer, you have a RAM like this, right? And you know that your RAM, right? So you have a RAM. Right? So what happens here basically now, when you are going to create a variable called x, now you know this, right? So you know this in your RAM, like from your unallocated memory, 4 bytes will be reserved, right? 4 bytes will be reserved, and this can be like this can be identified as, right? So this can be identified as x, right? Basically this can be identified as x, right? And here we have the value 4 saved, right? So that's what happens. Now the thing is that this memory location, the memory location එක ඔයාගේ RAM එකේ unallocated memory එකෙන් තමයි assign වෙන්නේ, right? So this was given, this the memory space, or this space to save the x variable is given from the RAM, from the unallocated memory of the RAM. Now my point is that this memory location is having a address, right? So this is having a hexadecimal address. මේකට හැම වෙලේම address එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ address එකෙන් mean කරන්නේ hexadecimal address එකක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. මෙන්න මේකේ address එක තමයි කියන්නේ මේ cell එකේ. මේ එක byte එකේ ඔන්න ඔය byte හැම ඔය වගේ 4GB ගත්තොත් එහෙම RAM එකේ 4GB එකේ තියෙන හැම byte එකකටම address එකක් තියෙනවා. So in your RAM, for each byte in your RAM there is an address, right? So they are addressed, they have given address. So that address is used to refer the memory or the memory location. මේ byte එක refer කරන්න අපිට හැම වෙලේම address එකක් තියෙනවා, right? So here now you can now before going on to the pointers, right? So let's keep that thing away, and now this is how we are going to print the value, and you can see the address by giving like address of x and x. So x basically gives you the address, and x basically this refers to the memory location's address, right? So this refers to the address of the memory, I mean the variable, right? So if you run this, probably you will see, right? This is the address. So likewise, for each and every memory location in the RAM, there's a specific address, right? So this is the address this is the address given to the variable x. මේක තමයි ඒ කියන්නේ අර අපි x කියලා variable එකක් හදන්න කිව්වහම ඒ x හදපු තැනේ address එක තමයි, කියන්නේ හදපු වෙන්න මෙතන මේ පළවෙනි byte එකේ address එක තමයි ඔය පෙන්නුවේ. Right? So now I want to show you something now. Yeah. So this is the address and this is the value. Then the address එක කියන්නේ ඔය variable එක RAM එකේ allocate වෙන තැන තියෙන byte එකේ address එකට තමයි අපි ඔය address එක කියලා කියන්නේ. එතකොට දැන් ඕක පැහැදිලි වාට, right? I think you can understand what I explained, right? So if you have any questions, please ask. Now, so this is the x and this is the address of x, right? So this is what we just printed. And now I'm going to go on to a pointer and create a pointer like this, right? So when you are going to create a pointer like this, basically what happens now, similarly, right? Similarly in your RAM, like not 4 but 8. Right? So 8 bytes will be reserved. Then මෙතන පොඩි දෙයක් තියෙනවාට මතක තියාගන්න. Now when you are going to create a pointer, how to create a pointer is by declaring it with a star. So star p. So this is a pointer, and this is an integer type pointer. So you can create like string pointers, you can create char pointers, you can create float pointers, you can create double pointers, you can create any kind of a pointer in any kind of a data type. But the thing is, now this is very important. No matter what's the data type එක වැඩක් නැහැ. integer pointer එකක්ද, float pointer එකක්ද, double pointer එකක්ද, මොකක්ද කියලා වැඩක් නැහැ. The size of a pointer will be always 8 bytes. Right? No matter it's a char pointer, integer pointer, string pointer, float pointer, whatever the type of the pointer, it is a 8-bit wide, right? So when now you are going to create a pointer, it will be also created in your RAM, right? The pointer is also created in your RAM. So when you are going to create this pointer, that pointer is 8-bit wide, regardless of the data type. Then the integer, the float, the මොකක්ද කියලා වැඩක් නැහැ. Point එකක් නම් 8 bits හැම වෙලේම 8 bytes, sorry, 8 bytes, right? Now what happens, right? So my point is, okay, this pointer is also created in your RAM, right? මේ pointer එකක් කියලා පොඩ්ඩක් වෙනස්, ඒ කියන්නේ අර star කියලා දැම්මට මොනවා කරත් මේක හැදෙන්නෙත් වගේ RAM එකේම තමයි. ඒතර මෙතනටත් තියෙනවා මොකක් හරි specific address එකක්. මම roughly කියන්නේ අපිට ඒක බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්, right? අපි ඒක බලමු. මේකට address එකක් තියෙනවා. මම දාන්න දැන් star p ගේ නැත්නම් p ගේ address එක දාන්න. p ගේ address එක. මට පුළුවන් address of p. Right? So let us run this and see what you are going to get. Right? So can you see now the pointer is also like it also has address. Now what I want to highlight here is that pointer is also a variable. මේ point එකක් කියන්නේ variable එකක්. star කියලා දැම්මත් ඒක හැදෙන්නේ point එකක් විදිහට තමයි. හැබැයි පොඩි වෙනසක් තියෙනවා. ඒක 8 byte. මොන type එකේ point එකක් වුණත් කමක් නැහැ. char the float ද මොකක්ද කියන එක අදාළ නැහැ. ඒක 8 byte. right හැම වෙලේම byte 8ක තියෙන එකක් තමයි අපි කියන්නේ point එකක් කියලා. එතන මම මේ ඇඩ්‍රස් එක පොයින්ට් කරලා ඇඩ්‍රස් එක print කරලා පෙන්නුවේ මොකද දන්නවද? දැන් ඇඩ්‍රස් එකක් තියෙනවනේ හැම ඔයා දන්නවා හැම variable එකක්ම හැදෙන්නේ RAM එකේ. RAM එකේ unallocated memory එකේ තමයි හැදෙන්නේ. එතකොට මම මේ පෙන්වන්න හදන්නේ මේක හැදෙන්නේත් RAM එකේ කියලා. Right? So this is also created in your RAM. So a pointer is also created in the RAM and it's a variable. එකත් variable එකක් වගේම තමයි. But the speciality now here it comes the specialty about the pointer. Pointer is not holding variables. ඔන්න වැදගත්ම point එක දැන් හොඳට අහගන්න මේක. Pointer එක අපි දාන්නේ මේ වගේ දෙයකට නෙමෙයි 4 10 මෙන්න මෙහෙම එකකට නෙමෙයි අපි point එකක් declare කරන්නේ. right? Point එකකින් මොකද කරන්නේ? point එකක් අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් use කරන්නේ to save an address. Right? Pointers are used to save addresses of memory locations. Right? Pointers are used to save addresses of memory locations. Memory location වල address save කරන්න තමයි අපිට point එකක් use කරන්න point එකක් අපි use කරන්න. දැන් මෙතන ඔයාලට පේනවා. හරි. එහෙනම් p equal address of x හරි. දැන් මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? right? දැන් මෙයා මොකද save කරන්නේ? p ගේ address එක. p ගේ address එක save කරගන්නවා කියන්නේ හරියට මේ වගේ දෙයක්. right? එයා මෙන්න මෙතන තියෙන මෙන්න මේ address එක අරගෙන ඇවිල්ලා මෙයාගේ මේකට assign කරගන්නවා. So pointers are there to save addresses, right? So let me show it to you again, right? So see, මම මේ කියප එක හරිද කියලා අපි බලමු. මම නිකන් p ව print කරලා බලන්න නිකන් p ව. හරි. දැන් මම කියප එක හරිද කියලා පොඩ්ඩක් බලන්න. මම කියප එක හරිද බලන්න. දැන් p ගේ save වෙලා තියෙන්නේ මොකද්ද කියලා බලන්න. right? p ගේ save වෙලා තියෙන්නේ මොකද්ද? අපි p ව print කරලා බලමු. මොකද්ද p ගේ save වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? Can someone identify what's there what is saved in p? Yes? Anyone? Quickly? මොකද්ද p ගේ save වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? yes කාටද කියන්න පුළුවන්ද? yes anyone? yes
x ගේ address එක
ඔව් පැහැදිලිව අපිට පේනවා මේකේ save වෙලා තියෙන්නේ x ගේ address එක. right? x ගේ address එක. හරි. එහෙනම් අපි කියපු එක හරි මෙතන අපිට තේරෙනවා මේකේ save වෙන්නේ x ගේ address එක. right? The address of x. right? The address of x. Okay, now uh, right. Right. So now here what I can do is that right. දැන් අපි එහෙනම් පොයින්ට් එකක් කියලා යූස් කරන ස්ටාර් p කියලා දාලා සේව් කරගන්නේ අපිට අපි පොයින්ට් කරනවා. දැන් ඔයාලට පේනවද මේක ඇයි මේ පොයින්ටර් කියන එකේ තේරුම මොකක්ද කියලා ඔයාලට තේරෙනවද? ඇයි මේ පොයින්ටර් කියලා කියන්නේ? So this points actually. So can you see that this is pointing? Right? දැන් මේ පොයින්ට් එකට වෙනම ඇඩ්‍රස් එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒක හරි. හැබැයි පොයින්ට් එක ඇතුලේ අපි සේව් කරගන්නේ ඇඩ්‍රස් එකක්. variable එක ඇඩ්‍රස් එක අපිට සේව් කරගන්න පුළුවන්. Then this pointer is pointing to a variable. එයාගාව තියෙන address එකක්. ඒ කියන්නේ එයා save කරන්නේ කාගේ හරි තැනක address එකක්. ඒතකොට එයාට address එක තියෙනවා. එයා ගිහිල්ලා එතන බැලුවොත් එහෙම එයා point කරන්නේ x කියලා variable එකකට. So that's why it's called a pointer. It's pointing to a variable, right? So now there's an important point that we can get the value of the variable that the pointer is pointing into. මොකක්ද ඒ කිව්වේ? variable එක point කරගෙන ඉන්න point එක point කරගෙන ඉන්න variable එකේ value එක ගන්න ඕන නම් අපිට පුළුවන් star p කියලා දාන්න. දැන් කරට කියන්න පුළුවන්ද? star p කියලා දාපුවාම මොකද්ද print වෙන්නේ? මම අහපුවා කියන්න star p කියලා අපි star කියලා දැම්මොත් එහෙම ඒකෙන් කියවෙන්නේ මේ variable එක point කරගෙන ඉන්න නැත්නම් මේ point එක save කරලාගෙන ඉන්න address එක ඇත්තම address එකේ තියෙන value එක තමයි මෙහෙම කළාම print වෙන්නේ. මොකද්ද එතකොට එකෙන් කියවෙන්නේ? Yes. එතකොට මේකේ ඇත්තටම print වෙන්නේ 4 කියලා. right? මොකද 4 කියන එකටනේ point කරගෙන ඉන්නේ. right? Okay, so give me a second. Okay, so sorry for the delay. Now, right. So this is what a pointer is about, right? So pointer is basically a variable, right? A variable, but a specific type of a variable which is capable of saving or holding an address of a already existing variable. Then the තියෙන variable එක address එක save කරගන්න තමයි point එකක් අපි use කරන්නේ, right? So pointer is also a variable. It is also created in the RAM, but it holds a address of a variable. And the other important thing, disregard of the data type of the pointer, always a pointer is 8-bit wide, right? 8 byte wide. So the size of a pointer is always 8 byte. Now the thing is, now if you are going to create an integer type pointer, that means it can point to an integer variable. තේන දැන් මෙතන integer point එකක් කියන්නේ integer variable එකක address එකක් save කරගන්න පුළුවන් මේ point එකකට. char point එකක් කියන්නේ char variable එකක address එක save කරගන්න පුළුවන් point එකකට, right? double නැත්නම් float point එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ float variable එකක value එක save කරගන්න පුළුවන් point එකකට, right? So that's how it changes. But disregard of the data type, a pointer always is in size of 8, right? So for example, now if we take another code, so let me get another code here. So let me like index int star p1, right? Int star p1 and like a char y. Now let me take this bit up. Okay. So float is it? I mean, this is just example. Right? So now we can do something like this: p1 equals address of x, right? p2 equal, now p2 is a char type pointer, so it can hold a char variables address, and here also similarly. Right. So now what I want is to show you that we have a inbuilt command called size of, which we can use to measure or get the number of bytes of that variable. සාමාන්‍ය අපිට මේ size of කියලා command එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ size of කියන command එක use කරලා අපිට බලන්න පුළුවන් මේ variable එක කොච්චර bytes ගාණක් තියනවද කියලා. Right? For example, දැන් මෙතන අපි මේක print කරලා බැලුවොත් එහෙම අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් දන්නවා integer එක 4 bytes තමයි තියෙන්නේ කියලා. Right? අපි බලමු පොකට run කරලා. අපි දන්නවා 4 bytes. එතකොට හරි එහෙනම් ඒක තමයි එන්නේ. right? එතකොට අපි ඔය විදිහටම අපි අනිත් ඒවාත් print කරලා බලමු. Can you remember a character? How many bytes are there for a character? Can someone remember? කාලේ මතකද? character එක කොච්චර තියෙනවද? character එක කොච්චර තියෙනවද? Yes? How many bytes are there in a character? Okay, a character, yes, a character is 1 byte exactly. Yes, 1 byte. So that means 8 bits, right? So now what I have done here is basically I have printed the size of x, y, and z, and also I have printed the size of p1, p2, and p3. So pointers and the variable. So let us see what we get here. So you can see now, okay, this is matching with what we learned, right? So it says now x is 4, y is a character which is 1 byte, and the float is also 4 bytes. You can remember. and the XYZ. Now this is the important point. Now the P1 is a int pointer, P2 is a char pointer, P3 is a float pointer, but regardless of the data type, you can see all of those pointers are 8 bytes. Yes, exactly, right? Now, what it means by an integer pointer is not means like it is 4 bytes. No, that's not the meaning. What it means by a pointer, integer type pointer, means that it can point to an integer variable, right? So what it means by char pointer, that means it can point to a character variable. And what it means by a float pointer, that means it can point to a float variable, but they are all 8 bytes, right? So keep that thing in your mind, right? Keep that in your mind. Understood? Okay, so now you may have a doubt here. What are the usages? What are the applications of pointers? So why do we need this kind of a thing called pointer? So what's the application? Now, up to now, what we know, okay, we know that pointer is a variable, a specific type of a variable which can hold an address of a variable, right? Address of a variable, and you can have any kind of a pointer. The important thing is, no, regardless of the data type of the pointer, it always 8 byte wide, right? It always 8 byte wide, right? And yes, so that's it. And right, so uh, yeah, so let me get a new code here quickly. Give me a second. Okay, right. Right. So now let's see what are the applications of a pointer. So we can combine these pointers. Now we have lots of applications and lot of usages of pointers, but I'm not going to talk about everything today, but we will see how we can combine pointers together with functions and uh, do some uh, useful work, right? So we are going to combine pointers with functions, and so this will be very important, and see like what are the usages. So one applications of pointers, right? Okay, so let me get a new code like in a name 2.0 pointers and functions, right? Pointers and functions. So let me get it here, and right. So shall we create a function? So void type function. Yeah. For now, let's get a void type function. Void my function, which accept one integer and cout. Okay, now can someone tell me what will be the output of this code quickly? Yes, quickly. Can someone tell me what's the output of this code quickly? Sorry. Yes, quickly. Now we have done similar things last week. So can someone identify what happens here quickly? Okay, now let make it simple. Now, how many outputs you are going to see here? How many prints you are going to see here? Now answer, will you? Yes. How many outputs you are going to see in this case? Quickly.
3 outputs.
Okay, good. Now, can you tell me what are the things that you are going to see? Okay, what are the values you are going to see? Okay, so 3 prints. Okay, so there will be 3 prints. So can you specifically say what will be the prints?
10, 10, 11.
10, 10, 10.
10, 10, 10. Okay, good. Others?
10, 10, 11.
10, 10, 11. Okay. Any other ideas? Others? So let's see. Uh, uh, Viraj, what do you think? Yes? Viraj, what do you think here? What will be the values you are going to see? Okay, 10, 10, 10. Viraj? Viraj is not here. Viraj? Okay, so simply the output will be 10, 10, 10. Right? So it will be 10, 10, 10. Right? So what's the reason? Now we have created a variable called 10 and it's directly printed here. So it is 10. And we are going to pass it to the function. So when you are going to pass it to a function, what will happen basically? It will,
Hello, sir.
yes. Yeah. Yes. Any questions? So this X will be passed here. So this X will be passed here. And what happens? It's going to print the X value. And the X value is incremented by 1. The thing is, this is a local X, right? So this is what we discussed last time. This is a local X. That means it's local to this function. So it's going to increase it. But nothing will happen to this variable, right? So here we are going to print this 10. So it will be 10, 10. So we discussed about these things a lot last time, right? Hope you can remember, right? Okay, now I'm going to do a small modification here. So I'm going like, okay, okay, no need to make it like, I'm going to make a small modification here. Okay, now this will be like a bit confusing to you, right? It will be a bit confusing to you, but if you can, yeah, for now, shall I make it in another name like P? Okay, right. So can someone tell me what will be the answer here? Take your time, like take 1 minute and think what happens here. Take your time and try to answer my question. Yes.
X ආගමනේ print වෙන්නේ.
What that?
X ගේ ආගමනේ print වෙන්නේ 10 10.
10
අර කලින් එකම
කලින් 10 10 10 කියලා print වෙයි කියලා හිතනවා. හරි. අනිත් අය මොකක් හරි හිතනවද? මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා? Yes, any other answers? So here we are like using some kind of pointers here. We are using pointers here. So if we can correctly identify what happens. Okay, so can you give me another, can someone, some other one, can someone guess what happens here? Now only one answered. Anyone else?
10
10 10 P. Okay. Right. So any others quickly? Someone? Just give it a try. Okay. Right. Fine. Now, okay, what's the value of X? It is 10, right? So this is something we can easily identify. X is 10, right? So that's something obvious and that's something straightforward. X is 10, right? X is 10. That's fine. That's totally fine. Then we are going to print X. So here 10 will be printed. That's also fine, right? And here, now you know that X has an address, right? So that can be some kind of address, we don't know. For now, let's assume the address is OX00, whatever the value, right? So here we are not passing the value of X. What we are passing here, can you see? We are passing the address of X, right? Understood, right? So we are passing address here. Can you understand it? X के value එක නෙමෙයි pass කරන්නේ. අපි X के address එක pass කරන්නේ. Right? එහෙනම් මෙතනට යන්නේ මොකද්ද? X के address එක. ගිහිලා මේ P කියන point එක තියෙන්නේ කොහෙද? මේ P කියලා point එකක් නෑ star. This is something obvious now. If you have a variable declared with a star, it's a pointer. දැන් මේ P දාලා declare කරපු හින්දා නෙමෙයි ඒක point එකක් වෙන්නේ star තියෙන හින්දා නේද? දැන් P කියලා දාන්නේ හැම එකම pointers කියලා හිතන්න එපා. No, not like that. Right? Here, it becomes a pointer since we have included a star here. That's all. Right? So here we are passing an address. Right? So we are passing the address like this. We are passing address and that address is pass to this point, and you can see that pointer, this pointer is inside. Now this is in your main, right? And this is in your my function, right? So now what happens, basically, it's going to pass this pointer, I mean this address into this pointer. So what happens, this address is taken here and it is saved in this P, right? So this address will be saved here. See, okay. Now that means it refers, or it points, now this P points to the X variable, right? So this P points to the X variable. That means it's pointing, it refers to the X variable, right? Now my point again, okay. Now here, what we are trying to do here, now can you remember, when you are going to call it like star P, what I told? Star kiya දාපුවාම මොකද්ද refer කරන්නේ? Yes?
point.
Yeah, මං කියන්නේ මේ වගේ දැන් අපි හරි හරි. දැන් declare කරන තැන තියෙන star එකෙන් කියන්නේ pointer කියන එක. ඒක හරි. හැබැයි දැන් declare කළාට පස්සේ අපි star p කියලා දැම්මොත් මොකක්ද ඒකෙන් mean වෙන්නේ?
address එක.
නෑ, p කියන්නේ address එක. just p කියලා කිව්වොත් address එක. ඔව් හරියටම හරි. දැන් මෙතන මට මේ පෙන්න මෙතන මේ මට මේක අයින් කරන්න විදිහක් නැහැ. වෙයි මම පෙන්නන්නම් ආපහු. දැන් මේ print එකෙන් බලන්න මොකක්ද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ කියලා. අපි මේ පළවෙනි code එකේ output එක ආපහු බලමු. Let's see the output of the first code, right? Then probably you will understand, okay, now here you know that the x value is 4, right? So that's obvious. And address of x is this one. And you can see now we made, like, we assigned the address of x to p, right? We assign the address of x to p. Now what it means, okay, now you have an address, separate address to p. That's something obvious, since it's creating the RAM, it also, the p also has address. p ටත් address එකක් තියෙන එක අපිට අදාළ වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඉතින් ඒක මම print කරලා තියෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ p එක print කරනවා. p එක print කරාම මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? p ගේ print කරාම p ගේ address එක පෙන්න. sorry, p ගේ ඇතුලේ save වෙලා තියෙන value එක පෙන්නන්නේ. Right? So can you see now what's the, you can see like, so what's the value of p? දැන් මේ නිකම් p එක මම print කරන්නේ. p එක print කරාම මොකද්ද print වෙන්නේ? Yes? p එක print කරාම කවුද print වෙන්නේ? Yes? Just p means what? Just p. p කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? Yes? Yes? Anyone quickly? Yes, anyone quickly? මොකද්ද p කියන එකෙන් මේ මම p කියලා මොකද්ද print වෙලා තියෙන්නේ මෙතන? Yes?
x ගේ value එක.
No, x ගේ value එක නෙමෙයි. මොකද්ද? Not the value of x.
address එක.
address එක.
The address of x, right? මේ p ගේ මේවා මේකයි සමානයි නේද මේ? ඉතින් හරිය මේ බලන්නකො. මේ දැන් මෙතන අපි කියන්නේ මොකද්ද මේ? අපි p ට assign කරන්නේ x ගේ address එක මේ. එහෙනම් p කියලා කියන්නේ just x ගේ address එක. එහෙනම් p ගේ තියෙන x ගේ address එක. හැබැයි star p කිව්වහම මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? දැන් මේකයි පටල ගන්න බෑ. මේ තියෙන declare කරද්දි star p දාලා declare කරන්න. So this is at the declaration. So at the declaration you are going to make a star p that refers that a pointer. දැන් star p කියලා දාන එකෙන් කියන්නේ මේක point එකක් කියලා. හැබැයි declare කළාට පස්සේ star p ගත්තොත් මොකක්ද ඒකෙන් කියන්නේ? ඒක හරියට මේ වගේ. අපි declare කළාට පස්සේ star p කියන එකෙන් mean වෙන්නේ p ගේ save වෙලා තියෙන address එක නේ. අන්න ඒ address එකේ තියෙන variable එකේ value එක තමයි star p කියලා කියන්නේ. right. එතකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? මෙයා point කරගෙන ඉන්න තැනට ගිහිල්ලා ඒ variable එකේ value එක ගන්නවා. right. So now with that knowledge, if you can come back here, now what happens here? This address is passed to pointer and I am accessing what? මම මොකද access කරන්නේ මෙතන? Yes. So can you see that I'm accessing star p? So what do you mean by star p? Right. So star p means star p means this. So we are going to go to the star p. That means the value of the variable that the address is like this now. The value of the variable which the address is saved in the p. p ගේ address එක save කරගෙන ඉන්න variable එකේ p address එක save කරගෙන ඉන්න address p ගේ address එකට අදාළ නෑ මෙහෙම p save කරගෙන ඉන්න address එකට අදාළ variable එකේ value එක තමයි star p වලින් refer කරන්නේ. Now here we are doing a modification to star p. That means what? We are making this 11. So we are making the original variable x incremented by 1. So this modification is done to the original variable. Right? තේනවා දැන් අපි කියන්නේ අපි මෙහෙම දෙයක් කරන්නේ දැන් අපි p අපි ගන්නවා x ගේ address එක. එතකොට p දැන් hold කරගෙන ඉන්නේ address එකක්. x කියන variable එකේ address එකක්. අපි star p කියලා දාපුවාම මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? hold කරගෙන ඉන්න address එකට අදාළ variable එකට ගිහිල්ලා එයාගේ value එක තමයි අපි දැන් refer කරන්නේ. එයාව අරගෙන එයාව එකකින් වැඩි කරන එක තමයි මෙතන කරලා තියෙන්නේ. හරි. මම ඉතින් කිව්වා වෙන හැමදේම මම කිව්වා. Now again, can you tell me, okay, can you guess me the output here? What's the expected output here?
ten.
Okay, others? Anyone?
10.
Okay, others? Anyone? Any other one? Okay, so the output will be, okay, so we have another answer. Let's see whether it's, no, you all are saying 10. No, not 10. It will be 10, 11. Oh, sorry. Yes. Now, there's a small thing. I will explain it later. But here, right. So now what happens here? Can you understand? Okay, the output will be 10, 11, right? 10, 11. Right? So you can see it, right? 10, 11. So how, I mean, what happens here, right? What has happened here actually? So you can see, now careful listen here, that we have created a variable called x, and the value of that x is basically uh, equal to, we have made it equal to 10, right? So simply you know that 10 will be printed here, right? And we are passing not the x, we are not passing x, but we are passing the address of x. So address of x is passed to the pointer p. So what happens now, this address is saved in the pointer p. So this address will be saved in the pointer p like this, right? So that's what happens, right? The address of x is saved in this pointer, right? And I'm accessing the star p. So star p means basically we are going to go to the variable that the address corresponds to. මේ address එක අයත් වෙන variable එකට යනවා. ඒකේ value එකට තමයි අපි star p කියලා කියන්නේ. ඒතර අපි star p කියලා කොහේ හරි access කරනවා නම් ඒ access කරන්නේ original variable එකේ value එක. So star p, we are printing the x value here. Okay, now here 10 will be printed, and I am making an adjustment like star p equals star p plus 1. That means, what do you mean by star p? That means this x. So x becomes 11 here, right? So after that, what happens when you are going to print it here, you are going to see 11. ඇයි අපි star p කියලා modify කරනකොට modify වෙන්නේ original variable, right? Can you understand now? If you are going to refer like star p, that refers to the original variable value. So star p basically, right? So when you are going to refer star p, that refers to the original variable value. So since it's going to refer to the original variable value, you are going to see this kind of output, right? You are going to see this kind of output. Since this modification star p equals star p plus 1, that modification is done to the original variable, right? So that thing is done to the original variable. Understood, right? Understood? Okay, right? So that's it. Now, so that's an important point when it comes to pointers, right? So you can pass, now this is called pass by reference, right? So this is called in programming, this is called pass by reference. We are passing by reference. It says pass by reference. Right? Pass by reference. So this means pass by reference. Right? So we are passing a variable by its reference, not by value. Right? Okay. And like if you are going to do it like this, මෙහෙම pass කරලා අපි කියනවා it's passed by value. So this is called pass by value. pass by value, and it's called pass by reference. Right? Okay, right, understood. Now pass by value and pass by reference, so keep that in mind. So when you're going to pass directly the variable එකලින්ම අපි function එකට යවනකොට අපි කියනවා pass by value කියලා. Passing a value passing a variable directly to a function is called pass by value. And if you are passing the address and if there's a pointer to be taken, pointer there in the function declaration to be taken to take the address you are going to pass, then it's called pass by reference, right? Address එක අපි function එකට යවනකොට අපි කියනවා pass by reference කියලා, right? So two important things, pass by value and pass by reference. Okay, now so I need to show you something important about arrays and functions. So let me create an array with 5 elements, right? 5 elements, some dummy values, right? So I have created the variable with some dummy values, right? Okay. So now, now let's say that our function is there to get let me create it like my array, and let's say that there's an array they are to take like array of size 5, and I can pass my array here. And let me use a loop. Okay, so this is what I'm planning to do here, right? So you can see that I have created the right. So I have created the array here, right? And it's called my array, right? So you have an array created here, and it's called my array, which has 5 elements: 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So 5 elements are there: 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 5 elements are there. So what we are trying to do here, that I have included a loop here, and you can see that I'm printing the 5 values, right? I'm just printing the 5 values. ඒ values පහ loop එකක් use කරලා මෙතන print කරලා තියෙනවා. so බොහොම සරල දෙයක් අපි මේක ඕන තරම් ඊට කලින් කරලා තියෙනවා. ඊළඟ මම මොකද කරන්නේ මේ array එක my array කියන එක, right? So this my array, I'm going to pass it to a function called my function. And you can see in the my function, we have appropriate data structure, right? We have an appropriate data structure or appropriate array here to take this array that we are going to pass here. දැන් අපි මෙතනින් my array යවනකොට my array කියන්නේ elements පහක් දාන්න පුළුවන් integer array එකක්. දැන් අපි function එකකට මොකක් හරි value එකක් pass කරාදී. So when you are going to pass a value to a function, then in the function declaration there should be appropriate variable or appropriate data type or appropriate data structure should be there in order to take that value you are going to pass from the main. මං කිව්වේ main එකෙන් pass කරන මොකක් හරි දෙයක් ගන්න නම් ඒකට හරියන එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්න ඕනේ function එක declaration එක. ඉතින් අපි මෙතනින් main එකෙන් pass කරන්නේ මොකද්ද? We are going to pass from the main we are going to pass a array, integer type array with 5 elements. So here also you have to have the same kind of a, right, data. දැන් මෙතන අපි යවන්නේ integer type with integer type array with 5 elements. So here also there should be a integer type 5 element, and I am changing the second element of the array to 10,000, right? And I am printing it again. So okay, now so if you run this one, now before running this, can you tell me what will be the values printed in these two for loops? Can someone guess quickly? Yes, can someone guess quickly? No. Okay, so now let me run this and show you. Sorry, it should be ARR. Right, okay, now this is what happens. Right, so this is the output. Now can you see what has happened here? So take a moment and see, compare it with the output and see what has happened. So refer the code and refer the output and try to understand what has happened here. Right, so this is what happens now. We have an array created in your main, right? So we have an array created in our main, right? So we have an array created in our main, and that array is passed to here, right? And here we are doing a modification for that array, like we are making the second element. But the thing is now this kind of thing cannot be happen neither. දැන් අපි ඉගෙනගෙන තියෙන විදිහට දැන් මෙතන පාස් කරාට මෙතන හැදෙන්නේ කොපියක් නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙතනට හැදෙන්නේ වෙනම කොපියක්. local කෙනෙක් නේද හැදෙන්නේ. Can you remember that last time we discussed about these kind of things? So as I told you, now there should be a copy, right? There should be a copy created, right? There should be a copy created here, but that kind of a copy is not created. Just a like what happens now when you are going to make this, like the second element of this array inside the my function, when you are going to make it 2, so you can see here we have printed the same array. So we have printed the same array before the function call. Function එක call කරන්න කලිනුයි function එක call කළාම පස්සෙයි මම දෙකම print කරලා තියෙනවා. function එක call කරන්න කලින් සහ function එක call කළාට පස්සේ, right? So what you can see here, like before the function call, this was the array, and we pass that array to the my function, right? We pass that array into the my function, and after the function call I have printed it again, and see now this is what you are going to see, right? So that means the modification we have done the modification we have done inside the my function is affected to the original array as well, right? දැන් අපි අරක ඇතුලේ අර array එකට කරපු modification එක original array එකකට බලපාලා තියෙනවා. ඒකින්දයි මේ original array එක මෙහෙම වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. So this with this output or this result, what I can conclude that arrays are passed into the functions by reference, right? Or else we can say arrays are passed by reference to functions, right? එතකොට array එකක් අපි function එකක් ඇතුළට යවද්දි මොකද වෙන්නේ? When you are going to pass a array into a function, what happens, right? When you are going to pass a array into a function, what happens basically, it is passed by reference, right? ඒ කියන්නේ මොකද්ද කියන්නේ? array එකක් යවලා function එකක් ඇතුළට function එක ඇතුලේ array එකට මොකක් හරි modification එකක් කළොත් ඒක original array එකටත් බලපානවා. ආයෙ පාරක් මම කියන්නම්. ඔයා function එකක් ඇතුළට array එකක් pass කරද්දි, right? When you are going to pass a value to a array, or when you are going to pass a array into a function, right? When you are going to pass a array into a function, whatever the modification you are going to do with that array inside the function will be affect to the original function as well. Sorry. When you are going to pass a array into a function, whatever the modification you are going to do to that array will be affected to the original array as well. ඔයා function එකකට යවන array එක ඇතුළේදී function එකට යවන array එකට function එක ඇතුළේදී කරන modification ඔක්කොම original array එකටත් බලපානවා, right? So that's what it means. Okay, now, right, Okay, now okay, so now I have the practice questions that I have given to you. So now it's your chance. Now I will provide you similar questions as assignment this week, right? So this week we are going to get the assignment, right? Similar questions, and I hope you have tried this assignment, the questions given in your assignment. So I'm going to like discuss with you now. If you have any question, or if you have any if you think that this question is hard, and if you need me to explain it and do the example, right? So you can ask me to explain some one of the questions here. So if you like, can you identify a question so I can explain? So a hard question for you, right? මේකේ තියෙන මොකක් හරි questions වල දීලා තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නයක් මොකක් හරි තේරෙන්නේ නැති එකක් අමාරු එකක් තියෙනවා නම් මට කියන්න, මට පුළුවන් ඒක ඩිස්කස් කරන්න දැන්. Yes, so as a help for you, I can explain how like I can explain one of these questions. If you can like, if you can number that question, I will explain it for you. Yes, any question that is hard for you to implement? Anyone? මාකරි අමාරු කරගන්න බැරි වුණ ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියනවා නම් කියන්න, මට පුළුවන් ඒක එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරලා එකට හෙල්ප් එකක් දෙන්න quickly. දැන් මේක try කරලා නැද්ද කවුරු? try කරපුවා හිටියා, මගෙන් ප්‍රශ්න අහපු අයත් හිටියා. Yes, anyone? Is there any question like a hard question or need to be explained? How to explain how to implement the code for that question? Anyone? Quickly. මේක තියෙන මොකක් හරි ප්‍රශ්නයක් මට කියන්න, මට පුළුවන් ඒක එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරන්න. මොකක් හරි ඔයාලට අමාරු වුණ ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියනවා නම් මේකේ කියන්න, මම මේක එක්ස්ප්ලেইන් කරන්න, මම කියන්නම් කොහොමද ඒක ඉම්ප්ලිමන්ට් කරන්න කියලා. ඔක්කොම නෙමෙයි, මට ටයිම් එකත් එක්ක බලලා කියන්න බලන්න. ඔක්කොම questions ලේසිද? කරගත්තද?
number 6.
Number 6. මේකද?
Yes, sir.
6 කියන්නේද කිව්වේ? කාවින්ද 6 නේද?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So developer calculate for a desired operation between two numbers, right? So you have several conditions to be satisfied. User chooses the operation he or she wants, and the calculator should run repeatedly till user wants to quit. If user enter exit, your program should terminate. If user enter, for example, if user enter 4.2, your program should print 6. හරි. calculator එකක් design කරන්න කියලා තියෙන්නේ repeatedly run වෙන. එක දිගට run වෙන calculator එකක් design කරන්න කියලා තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට අපිට මොකද්ද කරන්න තියෙන්නේ? මෙයාට මොකක් හරි දෙන operation එක 2 කියලා දුන්නොත් එහෙම 6 කියලා print කරනවා. මේ වගේ ගුණ කිරීම, එකතු කිරීම, අඩු කිරීම ඔක්කොම තියෙන calculator එකක් තමයි හදන්න කියලා කියන්නේ. right? Okay. So let's see. Okay, so basically what you have to do now, if you get the important sections here, I will explain. that you are asked to right? Right, so let me show you the display. Right, so now I will show you how to create this code, right? දැන් මෙතන බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ මෙහෙම දෙයක්. දැන් අපේ command prompt එකේ, right? In our command prompt that we need to enter something like මම පොඩි නියම් dummy එකක් දාන්නම්, right? මේක වැඩ කරන්නේ නැහැ. මම නිකන් පෙන්නන්නේ. Right? So what it means like හරිද? මේ වගේ දෙයක්. 4 ධන 2, right? මේවායක් enter කරාම 6 කියලා print වෙන්න ඕනේ. Right? So that what should happen, right? And it should be run repeatedly. But before running it repeatedly, shall we do it for 1? අපි එකක් කරලා බලමු. මේ එකක් වැඩ කරනවා නම් අපිට ඊට පස්සේ ඒක infinite loop එකකට දාලා මොකක් හරි කරගන්න පුළුවන්, right? So what you are asked to do here, right? You are asked to do here right, so the calculator should run repeatedly till the user wants to quit. If the user enter exit, your program should terminate, and otherwise if user enter like 4.2, your program should print this like this. දෙන operation එක හරියට වෙන්න ඕනේ. 4 ගුණ කිරීම 2, 4 ගුණ කිරීම 8, 5 ගුණ කිරීම 2, 5 අඩු කිරීම 6 ඕන එකක් වැඩ කරන්න ඕනේ, right? Okay, so now let's start with the message to the user, right? Cout, enter the expression, right? Enter the expression, right? So now like it has specifically mentioned that develop a calculator for a desired operation between two numbers, right? Values දෙකක් අතර තමයි ගන්න කියලා කියන්නේ. හරි. එහෙනම් අපිට බොහොම ලේස්ති කරලා තියෙන values දෙකක් විතරයි අපිට ඕනේ. එහෙනම් අපි හදාගමු මෙහෙම. මම හදාගන්නම් float variables දෙකක්, float value 1 and value 2. Right? So now we have to get a scene value 1 value 2. Now I will show you what happens here. Right, so this is important thing that the scene can take multiple inputs, right? So that's something important. The scene can take multiple inputs like this. Right? Right? Right, so can you see now what happened here, right? What happens here, like you can get multiple inputs from scene එකෙන් multiple inputs අපිට ගන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් මෙතන මොකද දාලා තියෙන්නේ? Enter the expression කියන message එක print වෙලා යා මෙන්න මේක තමයි මෙතන run වෙන්නේ. එතකොට scene value 1 value 2, so we are taking two values at the same time. So in order to take two values, that you need to have a separator. So the separator will be basically a space or a enter. Right, so what happens here now, this 45 will be given here and this whatever the value will be given here, right? So you have to keep a space in between, right? So you have to keep a space in between, right? You have to keep a space in between so you can get multiple values. But the thing is, now we are not going to enter it like this. We are entering it like this. So what you are asked to do is like this, right? So now can you see, right? So we are here trying to enter, right? We are here trying to enter first, right? Right? So like this, right? So can you see that, okay. Right? So first one is integer, the second one is what? Let's say this is a float or an integer, this is a, yes. So you can see what in between is a what? මේ දෙක මැද තියෙන මේ value එක මොකක්ද? ඒ කියන්නේ 45 float එකක් හරි integer එකක් හරි 98 float එකක් හරි integer එකක් හරි මැද තියෙන්නේ මොකක්ද? Yes?
Character.
Yes, it's a character. Good, right? So now දැන් මෙතන ඔයා තේරුම් ගන්න ඕන දෙකක් තියෙනවා. දැන් මේක character එකක් නැතුව ඔයා දෙනවා නම් ඔයාලට පුළුවන් space එකක් තියා දෙන්න. එතකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? මෙන්න මේ value 1 එකයි value 2 එකයි මේ විදිහට ගන්න. හැබැයි ඔයා character එක දැන් අපි දානවා අපිට character එකක් දාන්න ඕනේ plus the minus the මොකක්ද කියලා. So then what we have to do, we have to create a character. Let's say operator, right? And I'm going to take it in between, right? Then මොකද වෙන්නේ? Right? So now what happens, right? So now what happens basically, right? So this will be going here. The character will be going here and this value will be going here. Right? Understood. So now, okay, so we are entering 3 values consecutively, like a float, character, and a float again, or an integer. So those will be given respectively, those will be assigned respectively to value 1 operation and value 2, right? Now then a simple thing to be done. Now if you have the operator, right? So what you can do, now we are going to check if the operator equals to a plus. Then what we are going to do? Like let's say the answer. Right. එතෙන්ට ප්ලස් එකක් ආවොත් අපි මෙහෙම කරනවා. Else, right? So if it is a minus, right? So similarly, if it is a like a division, so then if it is a multiplication, like this, right? So we are always checking the operator. So if the operator is a plus, we are going to add it. If the operator is a this kind of minus, this subtraction. If it is a division, this. If it is a multiplication will be printed. So decision making basically. Right? So now if you run this one and let us do it for once. So like 45 plus 8, right? It works, right? So if you check it for another, right? So it works. Now we have implemented this. Now it always checks for this operator, and if the operator is a plus, minus, or a division or a multiplication, we are going to do this. Whatever the desired operation will be done here. Very simple, right? So then the next thing is to like the calculator should run repeatedly till the user want to quit, right? User ta ඉවර වෙන්න ඕන තාක්කල් මේක run වෙන්න ඕනේ. So that means it should be run again and again, right? It should be run again and again. So if you want something to be run again and again, what you have to do, like you have to include the loop, right? So here I'm going to include the infinite loop. Right? Here I'm going to include the infinite loop, right? An infinite loop. Now what happens here? Right? What happens here? That this loop runs again and again, right? So this loop run again and again, right? So while true, now the condition is always true, or while one, right? So we have not given a condition, so the condition is always true, right? So then what we can do, right? So this loop runs again and again. Or else like run equals 1. I'm going to create a variable called run equals 1, right? So then I can check if the run equals 1, right? So run when this is a variable, just a variable. So if this variable equals to 1, this loop will run again and again, right? Sorry, I have made a mistake here. This should be included. This also should be included here. And if we can enter a new line at every line, right? So this will be run repeatedly, right? So it will be run repeatedly, right? So that's how you are going to do it. Now there's another thing to be done here, right? So there's another thing to be done. Like if the user enter exit, your program should be terminated, right? If the user enter exit, your program should terminate, right? So in that case, like what we have to do here, you have to add something like this. Let's say int sorry, string, let's say string string str, right? So then I'm going to at each, after each entry, after each calculation, I'm going to print something like this. If you want to exit, if you want to terminate, enter exit. අපි calculation එක ඉවරුණ ගමන් අහනවා if you want to terminate enter exit කියලා. ඊට පස්සේ මම එයා මොකක් හරියක් enter කරනවානේ. තව දාමු otherwise no. right? ඊට පස්සේ අපි එයා enter කරන එක මොකද කරන්නේ? දැන් මොනවා හරි මෙයා enter කරනවානේ. දැන් මේක අපි කිව්වට පස්සේ අපි enter කරන එක දාගන්නවා str කියන එකට. right? ඊට අපි check කරලා බලනවා str කියන එක exit ද කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ කවුරු හරි exit කියලා type කරලාද කියලා බලනවා. exit කරලා type කරලා නම් මම මොකද කරන්නේ? මෙන්න මේ run කියන variable එක I'm going to make this run variable 0. Right? So now what happens, basically it always we are doing a calculation like this. We are doing a calculation like this, and after each calculation I'm asking from the user if you want to terminate, enter exit, otherwise no. ඔයාලට මේකෙන් exit වෙන්න ඕන නම් exit කියලා බලන්න, නැත්නම් no කියලා බලන්න. එතකොට අපි එයා enter කරන එක මෙන්න මේ str කියන string variable එකට ගන්නවා. We are going to take it to the string variable called str, and if we are checking here that whether that entered value is exit. So if that's the case, we are making the run variable 0. That means what happens when the loop tries to run again, it's going to check whether run equals 1. If you are going to make it 0 here, then this condition is false, though the while loop terminates. Exit ඔප්පු ගම condition එක වැරදෙනවා. run කියන එක 0 හින්දා condition එක වැරදි. Right? So in that case, what happens? So let us, so if you want to terminate, enter exit, otherwise no. So let's say no. Right? So no. Right? So now let us enter exit. Boom. Right? So done. Right? So it's over here. Right? So we checked whether it's exit. It's just the case if we are going to make the run variable to 0. Since like when it becomes run 0, this condition is false, so the while loop won't be executed again. So it terminates the while loop. Right? Okay, so understood, right? Right. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I thought that this the questions that I have given is bit hard, right? But I have seen that most of you have implemented this, and some of you have asked questions from me as well, right? So what I'm going to do, like I will, yeah, these questions are good for you to practice. Yes, you can practice, but I will give you separate assignment, separate set of questions for the assignments in this week. So you can, within 1 week, you have to complete and submit. So I will probably send it to you tomorrow, right? Okay, so any questions from the sections we have covered up to now? Or whatever things we covered, or whatever the things we covered today. Any question from you? So I have sent you the link to the YouTube where I have uploaded all the right. I have uploaded all the videos here. So I have given you the link. I hope you have received this. So everything we have conducted up to now online, the lecture online sessions are uploaded here, right? So you can go there and always have a look. So everything is there in the YouTube. So I have provided you the link as well. Okay, so all the resources are there. So you can go there and watch them again if you have any doubts in your codes or whatever the content, right? Okay, so thank you very much. And if you don't have any questions, I will terminate the sessions from here. So we will meet again on next Thursday with a new topic called structures. And I will give you the assignment on this week. So I hope that you practice the questions I have given in the practice questions. So the assignment will be given to you on this week, probably on tomorrow. Okay, so thank you very much, and we will meet on next Thursday in a face-to-face lecture.
Thank you.